Hi, it's Ben Pedrozini from Dita Solutions. In this session today, I'm going to take you through how to set up new questions in the Dita Creator. So I'm in my module here and I'm on the assessment section on the details page, and then I'm just going to click onto the questions page, which just to show you the different components on this. There's selected pools, so this is pools that you set up with different questions in it, and if I change that pool, then there's a different set of questions that'll show up. You can create new questions by clicking this button and save your changes. What I'm going to do first is show you how to set up a new pool. So if we go up to the menu button at the top left and go down to question pools and click on that, then on the top left hand side here we've got a new pool button. So if we click on that button there, let's just call it test and create that pool. So now we've got a new test here, and you can create questions from there, or we'll go, what we want to do today though is go back into that module and we're going to create our questions directly in the assessment that we are in. So we're in the questions back here again. So when we go to that test that we just set up out the front, there should be no questions in there. So let's go up and create a new question. So creating a new question, I'll go through the different styles or types of questions. We've got multiple choice, which means that you can have many different answers. So let's just put in Q for question, the point value, and allowing resubmit buttons. So if you want them to have more than one attempt at the question, add answers, just we'll go simply A, B, C, and you can have as many as you like, and say the correct answer is B. So that's as simple as that to have your correct answer. If you want to change it, just click on another choice. Feedback is if you want at the question level to show question feedback. So once they've answered the question, you want to give them some feedback. You can give them correct feedback here. And if they get the question incorrect, then you can give them specific incorrect feedback per each question. And you also have this button here to check if you want to give them the correct answer. Whether they get it right or wrong, if you click that button, well, that will give them the correct answer. So we'll save that question, and there's that question there. It'll automatically come up as a forced question. So if you don't want to force it in it, you can just untick it there. We'll tick it back. Or if you don't want to use that question anymore, you can use that X there to remove the question. Now that didn't show up in this pool here because we didn't add it to that test group. So on the next question, I'll add it to the test group in this pools. So it went to the default, the last one. So if we click on test there, and this time we'll go to the next one down, a true or false. With true or false, there's your question. It already comes up if your answer is true or false. You click on that, and the feedback is exactly the same as what we showed in the last setup. So we've chosen false for this answer. We've chosen for it to go into the test pool. So when we save that question, then you'll see here's this question here has come up in this test pool. Next type of question is a multi-select. So with the multi-select, you can have as many answers as you wish in the multi-select. I'm just going to put in 4 here. And we're going to say those 3 are the correct ones. And you'll see as you add those, the percentages will change. So if we took A away, that will change 50% right for B, 50% right for D. And once we put A back, then a third, a third, a third. Okay, and feedback once again is the same. So we'll just save that question. Next question type is a short answer. With a short answer, you don't have immediate feedback, or the system can't automatically correct the answer or mark the answer. What it does is this will send the answer to the data manager, and the facilitator will need to go in and mark the answer and give it a correct or incorrect, or give it a score. You also have the option to add a reference answer. So the student will know what you're looking for, and that's optional. You don't need to put that in there if you don't wish. Next type of question is a text area. Once again, just like short answer, a text area does not get answered or marked straight away automatically. It's something for the facilitator to mark. So they're both the same. Next question is a drop down. The style with drop down, I'll put this into the test pool, this one, so they can be put into different pools, the questions that you make up at any time. We'll call this Q5, and we'll just add in some answers here. And we might say that's the correct one. So a drop down, the look of a drop down for the user in the player is similar to this sort of functionality, where they can go down there and that would show A, B and C as their answers that they can choose from. Once again, it has feedback, so save those changes. The next question type is an exact match. This is the last type. Throw that one into the test as well. And with an exact match, you just type in what the word is that you want them to get right. So the system can automatically, it doesn't matter whether they use upper or lower case in their answer, but it'll look for an exact match to give a correct or incorrect response, and save that. The other thing, when creating questions for your assessment, as well as creating them from scratch like that, you can go into one of your pools that has questions into it and simply click on the question and then click on the arrow to push them over to the pool of questions. So we can see we've got 8 questions asked here now. There's 8 questions in the pool, but say we only want 5 asked, and say only question 1, 2 and 3 need to be asked to everyone, and that might be for certain requirements, then those will be forced asked every time. And say we only want 5 questions in the assessment, so we will now have 5 questions. 3 of them will always be the first 3 questions, and then the last 2 questions will be chosen randomly out of these 5 questions here. So when we go then back over to the details of the assessment and go back in here, we can now see there's a total mark of 5 because we've got 5 questions that are going to be asked, a weighting of 100 because we've only got 1 assessment in this module, and so you can change that depending on what weighting you want this module to be. And so out of those 5 questions, we might say that the pass mark is 3. Save those, and that's how you set up all the different types of questions in the dita creator. If you have any more questions about the dita suite of products, go to www.ditasolutions.com. Thank you.